and roll. So good evening, everybody. My name is Mandy. I'm your host for this evening, and I'm pretty confident that you can all see and hear me. So I'm going to assume that you can. If not, then do put it in the chat box. But welcome. Very, very excited about tonight's call. And what we are going to be doing is actually showing you how you can actually prospect people and build your business through your warm list and on social media. So the topic of today's call is all about prospecting, finding prospects, what to say to them, and also handling objections. So we're going to wrap that up all in one call today. And I really, really hope you've got your pads and your pens ready, and we can definitely make a start on our call this evening. So here we are, building your business. If you can, sorry, just a second. If you can actually see my screen, can you put a 1 in the chat box? If you can see my screen right now, just put a chat box. And of course, if there are any questions throughout the course of today's call, then feel free to put it in the chat box and I can answer any questions, and we'll go through it as we go along. So I can see loads of 1s. That's amazing. Great. So we are ready to rock and roll. So building your business, prospecting and handling objections. So this is for the next 30 minutes, what we're going to be going through to help you build a big business. Now, finding prospects, you can actually find prospects anywhere and everywhere. And what I'm going through, by the way, is really, really simple. It's really, really simple to understand. But one of the biggest things where we fall down is consistency. But I'll talk more about that as we go through the call. You can find prospects anywhere and everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere. This is so simple in terms of people are thinking, right, okay, things are going on out there. Where do I find people? And the best way and the first way is your warm list. When you come on board, the person that brought you on board will ask you to build a list of 30 VIP, 30 very important people, the people that you know, like, and trust the most. Your warm list are people that you know, they are warm to you. Your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your siblings, your friends, your relatives, your extended family, your partner. Every single person that you know, in fact, the people on your favorites in your phone, they're the people you want to call first. They are the people, trust me on this one. Do not prejudge anyone, because sometimes we feel, oh, but my sister or my dad or my brother, they might judge me, they might not believe in me. It doesn't matter. Let them make the decision. Our responsibility is just to share with them and show with them what we do. And of course, the people that you interact with daily, think of all those people who you're no longer seeing, but you have a relationship with them because of the services that you're using. Your accountant, your beautician, your nail lady, the cashier that you go to, your local supermarket. You might meet someone who's regularly serving you at the cashier. Why not speak to them and say, hey, are you open to earning an extra income? There are so many people that you can approach. In fact, I wrote down earlier in my notes of the whole host of people that you can approach. And by the way, I don't always write everything down on the slides. So please do take notes, because I kind of put prompts on the slides and talk through a lot of it. But here we go. Your barber, your hairdresser, your personal trainer, your solicitor, your butchers, your fishmonger, if you go to a fishmonger, I don't know, people that you interact with on a daily basis. So before everything happened and all that sort of stuff, who were you interacting with on a daily basis? Who can you help? Because you never know who might need an opportunity. We never know who might need an opportunity. If someone had not approached you about this opportunity, you wouldn't be on this business. You wouldn't even be on this call. You would not have met the people who are going to make you the person you're going to become. So the key thing to remember is that we mustn't prejudge anyone, because I see this a lot. People are making a list and they get scared. And I say, where's your mum on your list? Where's your brother? Where's your beautician? Where's your accountant? Where's your personal trainer, your PT? And I say, you know what, Mandy, he's not going to be interested. She's doing so well, she won't be interested. But you never know what's going on behind closed doors. And this is why, speaking to those people who we interact with on a daily basis is so important. It could be a security guard. You know, anybody who works in security, they're not doing those roles anymore because there's nothing to secure right now, because nothing's open. So speak to those people, your mechanic, the person that fixes your car. You know, all these people we can speak to on a daily basis. So please ensure that even if you don't have their number, I think it's something like you're 7 connections away from getting someone's number or finding out how to contact them. So you will know someone who knows someone who has their number. It's not the number or getting the contact that's really the thing here. It's about making sure that we put them on our list. You might even have your neighbor, for example. Your neighbor, you know, you probably know them, but you might be a bit kind of feeling skeptical. Shall I not approach them? Well, why not? Because your neighbor might be in need of something to help them along the way, to help them through this time. So, you know, why not just share with them? All we're doing is showing them what we do. If they like it, great. If not, great. It's okay. But let them be the judge of their destiny. Let them be the judge of whether they want to do this opportunity or not. And they can actually, you know, take it in their hands, you know, when you do present the business to them. The second way to get people, and it's actually a big way, and one of the ways that we're going to be focusing on in this call is actually social media. So social media is actually your cold market as opposed to your warm market. It's actually your cold market. These are people you don't know, but this is a trending way that you can actually build your business. If you have a business online, if you have presence online, you can do very, very, very well. It's all about having that presence. So on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, these are the main 3 sources out there. But of course, I do appreciate there's Snapchat, there's Pinterest, there's TikTok. So however you want to build your business, that is entirely your choice. But just like David Minitier alluded to on his call last Friday, if we do not have a presence online, our business right now is extinct. That's basically what he said in so many words, because we cannot physically go out there and show people what we are doing. So right now we have to use social media to our advantage. And what I'm going to be doing is going through a few scripts, branding yourself. So there's a lot of things that we will be covering in this call. How else can you find prospects? Well, for those of you that have started building a team, have you asked your team members this very, very important 4-word sentence? And that is, who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? You might have 1 person in your team, you might have 5, you might have 20. But the key thing is, have you actually asked that sentence? Who do you know? Because you don't know who they know. And I'm not just talking about people in your home country, I'm talking about people in, you know, people across the world. So they might have an uncle in Germany who has a friend in America, who has their aunt in Australia. Your business can ping pong around the world. So it's really, really important that when you are building, when you are thinking of people, ask your team members the question, and also ask yourself as well, who do I know that's outside of my hometown? If you live in Leicester, or if you live in London or Bradford or Nottingham, don't limit yourselves to those cities, expand outside of that. Maybe you might be in Sweden. Don't limit yourself to Sweden, or in the States, or in Australia, or North or South America. The world is your oyster. Just remember, this business is available in over 120 countries. 120 countries. How many countries is your business in? Is it just in one city, in one country, or is it in several different countries? If the answer to that is no, it's only my hometown, start expanding your list. So getting, you know, that question to our team members, who do you know? And ask yourself, who do I know internationally and nationally? Who do I know? I remember that famous phrase that our mentor said, if you want to make thousands, build locally. Stay local, build local. If you want to make millions, build international. Get out there and show the world what we are doing, because what we are doing is so, so exciting. And of course, we also have Eventbrite. Eventbrite is a free online website that you can use to create online events. We usually use this when you know, we've got an event going on, whether it's in Birmingham or Sweden or, you know, Texas. You know, we can create these online events, but everything's online now. So why not create an event for the presentations that are happening. Or if you're doing your own private presentations for people, why not ask them, why not create an event for them online and show them what we're doing? You can share the presentation, you can share testimonials, you can partner up with your team, and a couple of you can do the presentation and give some testimonials. How amazing could that be if you're building your business online? So these factors, these things, although they may seem obvious, we want to use them on a very, very consistent daily basis. So I just want to make sure that I've just checked the chat group. Okay, perfect. So I can't hear anyone. So if you're all still with me, can you just put before I go into the whole kind of meat and the potatoes of the presentation, can you just put like a 7 in the chat box if you're still with me? I can see your messages. Perfect. Okay, you're all there. Okay, great. Amazing. Just checking that. That's brilliant. Okay, so finding prospects, nice and simple. I've given you exactly where you can find your prospects. Now, social media is key. Social media is key. I really want everyone to understand and take pictures and write down what I'm saying and what I'm showing you, because this is going to help change your business. It's going to help change the way you speak to people. It's going to help change your prospecting skills for the better. So let's have a look at what there is. We need to ensure we have a social media page on any of the following. I mean, I've taken 3 examples there. We've got Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, but we want to make sure that there is a social media page that you have on any one of these 3 platforms. And I get it. People are probably sitting here thinking, Mandeep, that's so obvious. But the next page is why it's not so obvious. Some people don't have any social media presence. Because everything is being channeled online, it's so important that we do have a tool at our disposal. You might have all 3, you might just have at least 1, but minimum, we all need to make sure that we have, that we have a page on any one of these platforms. Now, your profile is your brand. Okay, your profile is your brand, and I've put up a couple of a couple of screenshots of the pictures of my social media profiles. You've got Facebook there in the middle, and you've got Instagram there on the right hand side. Now, your profile says a lot about you, and this is quite important, what I've just put up there. Remember, like attracts like. Like attracts like. What does that mean, Mandeep? Well, I'll tell you what that means. It means that you will attract people that are like you. If you present yourself in a good, professional, communicative way, those are the type of people that you're going to attract into your business. However, if your profile doesn't have any posts on it, you don't post very regularly, you're dressed in joggers, but then you're trying to show that you're doing a business, you won't be taken seriously. Yes, I agree. A lot of people have, their own personal profiles. So feel free to either brand that profile, or you can create simply a new profile just to show your trading and your lifestyle. That's what you want to do. So remember, you will attract similar people to you. If you're someone on here and you're looking to build, say, like a women empowerment team, but you have 1 or 2 pictures, and maybe you're in the park or you're wearing joggers or what have you, maybe attracting power women is going to be tricky for you because your profile says something else. Your profile is saying something else. So you want to make sure that you're feeding your social media with the right information, with things that you want to attract other people with. So really have a look at your profile. Either you can do it now or maybe do it after this call, but have a look at what does your social media profile look like right now? On a scale of 1 to 10, if you were to rate your profile, 1 being it needs a lot of work, and 10 being, I'm really happy with this and what I'm doing, rate yourself and do something about it. If you're below a 8, 9, 10, you probably want to look at how can I improve my social media. Remember, you are your own brand. You're not promoting I Am Mastery Academy, by the way. We are not promoting the company. We are promoting ourselves, and through us, people are going to join us. They don't look at you and say, oh, I love your page and I Am Mastery Academy, so I want to join your company. They join I Am Mastery Academy because of you. They know, like, and trust you. They have the relationship with you. They saw your page. They saw that common ground with you. So therefore, as a result of that, they're gonna come to you and have a look at you. Regularly posting is also really, really important. Now you can see here, maybe more on the Facebook page. I know it's really small there, but I posted yesterday an Instagram live that I was doing with one of my team members. So every day or every other day, at least 3-4 times a week, I am posting on Facebook without fail. That will go on the wall 3 to 4 times a week. And it's the same thing with Instagram. For those of you that are fanatics of Instagram, let me give you a few tips. Twice a week minimum, you want to be posting on your wall. And when I say wall, I mean, you know where you've got the Bob Proctor picture there on the screen? That's called a storyboard. And then the story is in the top the top left-hand corner. But your storyboard is minimum where you want to post twice a week without fail. And maybe you want to post at a certain time, like maybe in the lunchtime or afternoon, because that's when most people are going to see your profile and you can receive the maximized number of likes on your profile. So just bear all these little things in mind. I'm literally giving you the nuggets here to help you build your brand and your social media. Again, I can see the chat box is blinking, so if there are any questions, I will pause in between and answer them a little later. But please, please remember, posting, people like consistency. People love consistency, because if you're someone that posts regularly, people look forward to that, because they're like, okay, she posts or he posts quite regularly, let me log on and see what he's doing today or she's doing today. And on your story, you want to ensure that you're posting minimum 5 times a day. I really hope that you're, writing this down, because again, I've not put the figures on the screen, but you want to ensure that you're posting at least 5 times a day on your story. Okay, on your story. That is really, really key when you are going through your when you're excuse me, when you're building your brand. So storyboard twice a week, story 5 times a day. 5 times a day. And that's important because people can see that you're a real person. People can see you're a real person. They might think, okay, so what's she up to now? It gives that element of you being human, right? You might be on one, okay, let me give you an example of what you could post. In the morning, you might post a morning quote, right? You're posting a morning quote. Then you can post, when you're doing your Zoom calls, or maybe you're doing a bit of trading, post not the profits or the money. I must make that very, very clear. Do not post money or profits or MT4. That is a no-go, okay, according to our company rules. What you can post is, look, I've caught 10 pips. Or you can take a picture of the chart, whether it's of, vibrato or harmonic scanner, whatever it is you're doing, and say, caught 20 pips, done for the day. Or really excited to be learning harmonic scanner. Really excited to be learning a new scalping strategy. Who's with me? So these are the types of things that you can actually put on your storyboard. Then you might want to post, I don't know, a picture of you going for a walk or expressing some gratitude. These are just examples I'm giving you that you can post on your storyboard. And then again, when you're doing maybe a team call or you're plugged into something, take a picture and put it on your story, because this is what arouses curiosity. People are always nosy and curious, in a good way, by the way, to see what other people are doing. You probably have not seen, well, we've not seen any of our friends and extended family in a while. So we're going to want to know what they're up to. So make sure that your profile is very attractive to look into, to look at the things that you're posting. And remember, we want to post daily, even on the weekend. Ensure that you're posting something daily so people have something to watch. Remember, people like consistency. I remember when I went on someone's profile, I thought she was a power woman. I was going to prospect her. But when I looked at her activity, I was a bit put off, because I thought, well, you're making yourself out to be like this coach and power woman, but she was posting sort of once every few weeks. And I was thinking, oh, so is she actually a coach? Is she really into spreading the word about what she's doing? Is she really a power woman? Or so the thing is, that's when I thought, I'm not sure. Remember, like attracts like. So you want to ensure that you're posting as much as you can out there. Remember to use the hashtags when you are posting. So hashtag trading, hashtag Forex, or hashtag women empowerment, hashtag mindset, attitude, belief, energy, legacy, servant leadership, So I know I'm rattling these off really, really quickly, but remember to use your hashtags in both your storyboard and your story, because what will happen then is exponential growth. Your page, your story will go to all those other pages, and that's how you can start attracting a lot of other people to come and have a look at what you are doing. A lot of people say, well, how do I start a conversation, Mandeep? How do I, when I'm on social media, what do I say? I have no idea. The key thing to remember is you want to compliment that person and find common ground. That is exactly what you want to do. So this is so simple, by the way. Hey, or hi, love your page. How are you? That is literally what I would do on Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook. If I was going to connect with someone, that is what I'd say. And these are just examples, by the way. Feel free to explore what is good for you. If I am connecting with someone, for example, who is sharing a common ground with me, for example, I'm part of a few Bob Proctor pages on Facebook and various other and Instagram. So I can actually click on the comment section, message that person and say, hey, noticed you're a fan of Bob Proctor, I am too, would be great to connect. Now, if someone sent me that message, I would immediately message them back and say, great to connect too, how's it going, where are you from? And that's how the conversation would start. So common ground. Another bit of common ground, what about where they live? You can basically see from a profile where someone is living or where they used to live. So you can, again, I put this example because I actually used to live in Kenya, by the way, when I was a wee little girl. So, hi, I see you're from Kenya. I used to live there too. Would be great to connect. So if you've lived somewhere and you want to share that common ground with someone, tell them. Say, look, I used to live in that city, that country. Hey, I know you. Immediately there's that brother sister feeling and people will connect with you straight away. And of course, again, if you're approaching and speaking to entrepreneurs, hi, you have great content and I see you are an entrepreneur, would be great to connect and exchange ideas. That is literally all you're saying, because now when you're saying great to connect and exchange ideas, you can get them on a Zoom, you can get them on WhatsApp, you can have a phone call with them. So these are literally conversation starters. Remember, the conversation is all about them, not about us. It's about them. What do they do? Where do they live? What are their interests? What can we do for them? Them. Remember, the customer is king. The customer is what you're focused on. The leader is what you're focused on. If they're a leader in a particular business or an entrepreneur, it is all about them. Compliment them. Think about the last time you received a compliment. How did you feel? You probably felt good, right? So why not give a compliment to 10 people a day on Instagram? Seriously, if you complimented 10 people a day, great page, love your style, love the fashion, love your hair, love your makeup. I see you're living in a beautiful country, great content. If you compliment people, they will naturally be drawn to you and say, oh, that's really nice of you. Yeah, and that's where the rapport will start to build. So hopefully these conversation starters actually help you, and they're just a really, really great way of approaching people. And sorry, by the way, your messages are all private, but I can see them. We can see Jay Palmer, our Platinum 5000, has joined us. Welcome, Jay. Really useful. Oh, Jemima has asked, what would you be saying in your Insta live? Well, if you're doing a live session on Instagram or Facebook, have a topic ready that you want to discuss. Have a topic ready, whether it's mindset or Instagram, because the worst thing you can do is start an Instagram live and then you get stuck for words thinking, I don't know what I'm saying, right? You want to get on that Instagram, even if it's for 5 minutes, be sure of what you're going to be talking about. You might have watched a movie like The Secret. You might have watched Bob Proctor. You might have, done something that you need to share with people. So just have a chat with them. That's literally it. Okay, objection handling. Right. So these are 3 key objections that we get on a day-to-day. Number 1, in the conversation, when you're speaking to someone, or maybe after they've seen a presentation or heard about our company, they might say, is this a pyramid? And you've got the question there and the answers there. Ask the person what they think a pyramid is. Because a lot of the times, people just think of the triangle and that's it. So explain to them, I appreciate what you're saying. I appreciate what you think is a pyramid, but did you know a pyramid scheme has no products or services? But here, our actual service is IM Mastery Academy. It's the education course that you're going to be involved in. Did you have any other questions? So for me, I don't even wait for the person to, it's all about taking control of the conversation. So I don't sit there saying, oh, yeah, it's not a pyramid, but don't do that. Be really, really assured. Because listen, ladies and gentlemen, what we are doing is brilliant. So ask them the question back. Mandy, is this a pyramid scheme? Absolutely not. Why do you think that is? Can I ask you why you think that is? Just ask them the question back. What makes you think this is a pyramid? Throw the question back at them. And then you can explain, look, just so you know, a pyramid is a scheme that has no products or services. Our products and services here are trading. So what else did you like best? So what other questions do you have? Just brush it under the carpet. That's it. Well, not that you're brushing under the carpet, you're giving them the answer, then saying, this is what it is. What's the next question? Next objection, I have no money. This is actually an interesting one because you can really go back to their why. Of course, you'll only be able to do this if you know their why, right? So if a friend is saying to you, I'm always strapped for cash, I'm always, running out of money towards the end of the month, and then you're approaching them with this opportunity and they're still saying, I haven't got the money, just say, look, how long are you going to wait for things to change? Because last month when I spoke to you, there was, obviously, look, listen, you have to be careful who you're talking to. You can only have these conversations or these types of conversations depending on the person you're speaking to. So I'm kind of handling this objection as though it's my friend. Look, listen, I know you were strapped for cash last month, and even 6 months ago when we spoke, you were still strapped for cash then. What do you really want in your life? What do you really want out of this month? What do you really want for the rest of the year? I can help you achieve something. If you put your money, a couple of $100 towards something that can help you, why don't we achieve your dream of helping you to buy that house, or helping you to sack the boss, or helping you to pay for your children's nursery fees? Why don't we work together and help you with your dream? So that's the first way of doing it. The second way of saying it is, look, why don't you split it across a few friends? Why don't you split the cost across a few friends, and that will help you to get the money together? That's literally it. That's literally it. Objection number 3, I don't have time. Sorry, Mandy, I really, really, I'm so busy. I really, really, really don't have time. Again, ask them their goals and dreams. Listen, you said to me 6 months ago that you want to go traveling. You said to me that you want to retire your parents. But then you have your goals, but then you're not giving them the time. See, the interesting thing is, most people have a lot of big dreams and goals, but they never give them the time of day. Unfortunately, it's a reality. The things that they care about most, they give the least time to, if that makes sense. So they might have a big why, they want to do all sorts of big things, but when it comes to doing things, they're thinking, oh, I've not got time, I don't know. Just explain to them, look, in order to make more time and money, you have to invest some time and money. So why don't we do this together and build something for our future? Appeal to their why. And I've written the 40-40-40 rule there. What that means is, again, you can explain to people, look, most people, by saying I have no time, they miss opportunities, and they end up working for 40 hours a week for 40 years of their life, only to retire on 40% of what they couldn't afford to live on in the first place, i.e. their pension. That's as real as it gets. Explain to them. If you're saying to me, I have no time, there's no, that's an interesting non-objection in this moment in time, because everybody has time, because everybody's at home. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there's no transport, unless you're kind of frontline or public sector work, nobody's going out there to work. So in terms of traveling to work, there's no travel time and there's no travel cost. You're not spending money on fuel, not spending money on transport. So all the money that they're saving at the moment can go into this business. All the time that they spend traveling can go into this business. So for me, when I'm looking at these objections, when people are asking me, I'm thinking to myself, is this a real objection, or is there something else that they're not telling me? But just be really straight up with people, appeal to their emotions, be humble, and we want to help them. We essentially want to help them. So figure that out. I've given you a few examples there of answers, and hopefully that's helped you. And then just a last slide on mindset. God, that half an hour went so quick. Ask yourself, do you really believe in you? Right here, right now, do you genuinely believe that you can do well in this business, that you can earn money in trading, that you can earn money residually, because our feelings, our emotions, and our attitude is so key. If you are saying to yourself, I can hit this rank, or I can make X amount of money in trading or catch a certain amount of pips, but you don't feel good about it, there's a bit of a breakdown there. Our emotions and feelings are so important in our goal setting. Please, please do not underestimate the importance of this. This information has come from Mr. David Immanitier directly himself, who's a Chairman 500, Chairman Elite. He's at the top of the comp plan. So he talks a lot about this. He does not pay attention to the volume in his business, ladies and gentlemen. He does not pay attention to his income. He pays attention to the number one primary factor, the feeling in his organization. Because if the feeling is right, guess what? Everything else follows. So what is your feeling right now towards you and this business? Do you have a strong enough why? Your why might be taking care of loved ones, you want a better future, you're just sick and tired of not having enough money, of always scraping the barrel, of always scraping by. You don't want to live that life anymore. You don't want that life, your children, your parents, your loved ones. You want a change. So is your why pulling you, or is it pushing you away? If your vision pulled you, you will stay in this business. But if you don't really have a vision, then you've got to kind of evaluate why you're doing this business. Get a sheet of paper, get a notepad and pen, and write down this evening what I've just written, what I've just put on the slide. What is your goal for the month of May? Do you actually have a goal right here, right now for the month of May? If yes, well done. If no, it's Sunday the 3rd of May. You can, right here after this call, write down your goal of May, and even for the rest of the year, because a lot of us have come into this month, we have no idea where we're going. So I would strongly urge every single person to write down your goal. I, Mandeep Soki, or what your name is, your name, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am, fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks of where you want to be on the 31st of May 2020. Where will you be? And just remember, this is my favorite quote from Henry Ford: whether you think you can or you can't, either way, you're right. If you think, know, and feel you will hit chairman in this business, my God, you will hit it. But if there's doubt and you think, not really sure, it's not going to happen. So that in summary, we want to focus on our mindset and our activity. And I've given you a lot of pointers there in terms of how you can approach people, conversation starters. So there's a lot of things that we've covered in this call today. Are there any questions that anybody would like to ask? Okay, there's a couple of great comments which I'm seeing on this chat group. Okay, really useful information. Yeah, I'm glad that's helped. What if someone is saying they're not interested? If they're not interested, it depends on what they're saying they're not interested to. Have they seen a presentation? Again, go back to their why. What are their goals and their dreams? If it's someone that has a big why and they want to do something about their current situation, then they will take an interest. Remember, interestingly enough, you're not here to sign people up. We're not here to sign people up. We are here to expose information as business builders. We want to expose information to people so that whether they see a presentation or a one-to-one or plug into a webinar, that's all you're doing. And remember, the seeds will fall on the right people. The seeds will fall on the right people eventually. So hopefully that's been an interesting and useful presentation. I will share the slides on the groups. So if all the leaders in this call can forward it to their other groups. Love this, really looking forward to building my social media, made plenty of notes. Brilliant, amazing. Someone's asked me, how can we ask them their why if they're a stranger? Well, this all depends on the relationship that you're building with them. Of course, if it's a stranger, you don't want to start building, you can't ask a stranger on WhatsApp, on social media, hey, great to connect. So what's your why? Because they're going to think, who are you, right? So relationship building is really, really key. Relationships will help you build a solid business. It will really, really help you build a solid business. So this is why, once you start building that rapport and relationship with people, then you can start talking about their why, their dreams, their goals. So that will come with time. That will definitely come with time. If there was anything else, I just thought I'd, open up the chat for a bit of Q&A. If there are any other questions, do let me know. I have the copy of the slides and the recording, which I can send out to people. But if that is it, thank you so much for your time, and let's go and build a big business. Thank you. Thank you very much.